name is Daniel Durazo, and the book that I'm reading for this project is called Push, and it is written by Sapphire. This is the book cover for Push by Sapphire. The film that I'll be reviewing is Precious, which is directed by Lee Daniels. This is the cover for the film Precious, which is the movie of the novel Push by Sapphire. The reason why I chose this story was just because it stood out to me, and I've also heard good things about it. I remember my dad I told him, like, hey, like, here are the book options. I need to choose, like, which ones do you recommend? He's like, I recommend Push by Sapphire because, not that because I read the book, but I've seen the movie and I really liked it. So I was like, thanks, Dad. I'll read this book, and it's really good. And both the novel and the film revolve around the main character, whose name is Precious, which is obviously the name of the movie. And the plot takes place in 1987 in Harlem, and it is about the main character Clarice, who is nicknamed Precious. Precious isn't the best-looking girl. It sounds kind of mean, but it's the truth. She is obese, and she's not the smartest girl because she's 2 years behind in school. But it's not her fault, which I will get to later on. She's a freshman at high school. However, she should be a junior. She was 7 when she was held back because she could not read. And when she would read, she would pee her pants, which we've all had an experience of that before, so we can't make fun of that. It's happened to me before too, I'm not gonna lie. And she also got held back when she was 12. And the reason why she got held back this time is not the best reason. She gave birth to a girl who was born with Down syndrome. And the father of that child happened to be her father. Yep, that's kind of rough. It's kind of sad too. Tough life. And that child with Down syndrome was named Little Mong. Well, her name is Mong, but they call it Little Mong. And she was put to care of Precious's grandmother. However, Precious' mother claims that she is living with them so that she can get money from the government off of her. So yeah, her mother uses her own daughter to get money off of her. Also, Precious has been abused by her mother and raped, and like I just said, used. Wait, no, my bad, not raped. She's being used by her mother, and the rape part comes from her father. And she's been getting raped from her father since she was 7 years old. Precious then goes back to present day when she is called into the principal's office, and the principal has tough news for her, which is that she will be suspended again because she is pregnant again from her own father. So it's tough being pregnant from your own father, but making it happen twice is horrible, and I can't imagine what she's been going through. So yeah, Precious learns the principal and stuff, and she runs out so no one else can confront her. And Precious makes the decisions to transfer schools, and she actually goes to a older girls' school for girls who are trying to get their GED, which is good for her because she's a baby and she has to like learn how to take care of themselves since her family's not really the best at helping her. And at this school, like compared to her last school, she feels very comfortable. She feels like she belongs, and that like as her old school, they didn't really treat her well because she was fat. She couldn't read well, and like she was known as like, oh, that pregnant girl. But here she's not viewed as that black fat girl. And the best part was that she made a lot of new friends. I don't know about a lot, but she made new friends, and she became friends with the teacher, and her name is Miss Rain. Miss Rain's helped Precious a lot, and Precious has her son Abdul in January, and she's not how she feels about him. Like it's a baby, like everyone loves babies. Like she knows like he's a beautiful boy, but she behind her head, she knows Abdul is a product of rape, which is really sad because I can imagine if I was in her shoes, I can imagine having a baby and just be like, whoa, that's my father's and I's baby, like, and the way I got him was I got raped, which is really sad, but yeah, she goes through a lot, and she also informs this. Wait, sorry. Oh yeah, my bad. She also informs the social worker that her daughter is living with her, so the mother is cut off from the funds of the aids, so she's not being used anymore, and she's getting the money for herself, and her mom's not getting the money, which becomes kind of a problem because her mom starts accusing her and stuff, like she's stealing her man, but just crazy mom, crazy family, really mean family. And she writes to her teacher, Miss Rain, because Precious found out her father died from AIDS. And she tells Miss Rain how she's been raped and stuff. And this is all happening while she's at the hospital. So then Miss Rain suggests that she gives up Abdul. But that's a tough decision for Precious, because it's not the right thing to do. Like, that's her baby. She should take care of her. So Precious decides to keep the baby and move into a halfway house, which Miss Rain helped her get. And Precious, like I said, when Precious found out her dad had died from AIDS, she freaked out and she knew she had to get herself and the baby tested. And the results came in, and the baby's negative, but Precious was positive. So this makes Precious think a lot, and she thinks about ending her life. But thanks to her friend and Miss Rain, they convince her not to. Miss Rain helps Precious like through this process, like she helps her get the halfway house, and then the story, her and the baby are safe, her and her daughters. And so yeah, the novel and the film, they're really similar, have the same plot, but there's some differences. Like in the novel, Precious' voice and even the text is used phonetically, just as she's speaking it. You so you can like really feel like the emotion through her text, and you can get to know Precious really well. Like you feel like you actually know her, which is like really cool. But like in the film, it's not like that. You can't really get to know Precious compared to a novel, which sucks because like it just really hits you during the book. And but in the film, my bad, sorry. The film also leaves out a lot of detail. It shows that Miss Rain and Precious have a strong relationship, but it doesn't show the detail on how that strong relationship came to be and how it was built. It just shows like boom, like they have a cool relationship. It doesn't show like how it got to be a great relationship. Also in the book and the film, the endings are a little different. In the novel, it doesn't show that Precious is reunited with her children, and in the movie, it ends up with Precious is reunited with her children and live happily ever after, just like all those typical fairy tales. So yeah, I don't like that. Like, you can't have like a different ending. Like, that's the worst. That's like similar to like The Great Gatsby. Like, the opening quote, how like it was different in the movie. Like, seriously, like, you can't have that. But overall, like, the acting was really good. Precious was played by Gabori Sidibe's. I don't know how to say her name honestly, but and I think she was like the perfect fit for the role, honestly. And same with the other actors, they did a great job as well, and really helped the film relate to the novel better. Like, the physical features of these characters and like just how good they were at acting just made you like be like, wow, this is good. And it was a great story. I really liked it. I recommend reading the novel first. Wait, sorry. I recommend watching the movie and then reading the novel after, because like that you can appreciate the movie more and appreciate the book even more after, because you're like, what was the good movie? Like, but this is like, the book is a lot better. Like, I really like the book more, instead of like, oh, I love the book, and then watching the movie after, be like, the book was so much better. I mean, I'm not sure it's like a huge difference, but that's what I recommend. But thank you for listening, and hope you all have a great day.